everyone recognize that His Holiness Dalai Lama is the top Buddhist teacher. We are a little bit worried about his age, now 90, after so many years serving Tibet and serving the world Buddhist community. And now his health is a bit in trouble.
तो दलाई लामा के 90वें जन्मदिन को लेकर के उत्साह जो है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है और देश विदेश से जो मंक्स हैं वो दिल्ली में एकत्रित हुए हैं उनके 90वें जन्मदिन को मनाने के लिए। और इसी कड़ी में हमारे साथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया से भी गुरुजी आए हैं। सर गुरुजी, इट्स द 90th बर्थडे ऑफ दलाई लामा, हाउ डू यू फील अबाउट इट?
Okay, good afternoon, the world, and also your listener. And yes, I'm most venerable Tikwanba from Australia. I have lived in Australia already 42 years, and coming to India since '86, nearly 40 years ago, around 25-30 trips, mainly for taking my Buddhist members to do the pilgrimage to in all the Buddha holy places. But since late 1990, I started working with various Buddhist groups, individual in India, for different projects, including charity, distribution of natural disaster, gifts, so on. But from 2008 and 9, I started working with an Indian Lama Zoba, and forming this IBC, International Buddhist Confederation, and I start to help and work with this IBC ever since, including sometime I was co-vice president or co-president for 9 years altogether, and now I stepped down to get common committee members. Look, Dalai Lama not only just our IBC top patron, and of course, we always expect him to advise us something to do for serving the world, serving the Indian, or serving the Buddhist community throughout the world. Yes, everyone recognize that His Holiness Dalai Lama is the top Buddhist teacher. His insight, wisdom, and compassion is enormous, and I had started to learn from him his books and his voice and so on already somewhere 30 years ago, of course. And I think the figure of Dalai Lama is very rarely the world can ever have. So we are a little bit worried about his age, now 90, after so many years serving Tibet and serving the world Buddhist community. And now his health is a bit in trouble. Now, even sometimes we expect him to live on until 110, 130, but the reality is maybe different. We keep praying for him. Long life, Dalai Lama. There are so many thousands of other teachers around there, of course. But he seemed to be among the top 10 or something like that. Vietnam, my mother country, also contributed to the world several figures like Thich Nhat Hanh and so on. But he already passed away a few years ago. And any Buddhist master who have some vast influence to the world is not many, because we are not a systematic faith community. Individual masters have to have their own power or vibrant to touch the heart and the ear of the world. Cannot utilize the money or the power or any organization to throw people, very hard. That's why they are teaching, mainly including books, of course, is the focus point where people turn to. Then that's very different with other world figures, Other world figures may use the power, the money, the organization, the fame, everything, but not in Buddhism. Not in Buddhism.
That, having said that, you are from Australia. So how do you preach Buddhism in Australia?
Look, in my individual case, I had started up few Buddhist monasteries. One in Canberra is quite sizable, and one in Sydney a little bit smaller. But I have enough disciples, monks and nuns, to look up to community in Canberra and Sydney. Even Sydney is a very big city, 8 million, and 300,000-400,000 Buddhists. Then there are 100 temples in Sydney, dozen in Canberra. We work together between different ethnic Buddhist groups. There are plenty of all kind of Buddhists in there. Buddhists from Thai, Laos, Cambodia, Japan, Korea, China, Buddhists from Myanmar, Sri Lanka, everywhere. Taiwan, Hong Kong, so on like that, and Vietnam. But the Vietnam Buddhist community is the largest one because of the refugee movement after the fall of Vietnam in 1975. A lot of people come out of Vietnam and arrive to Australia in the first 20 years after 75 in number of few hundred thousand. Now it become near 500,000 of Vietnamese living in Australia. That's why, and among Vietnamese, more than half of them are Buddhists. That's why the number of Vietnamese Buddhists is very great. Yeah. Then the traditional teaching is set up temple, forming different lay Buddhist group, giving weekly lectures, and nowadays we can utilize online class, so on. And the lay people gather to the temple every Sunday and pray and learning Buddhism. And anytime where we need to raise money for a special natural disaster occasion, then they contribute money and we send to there, or even myself have to bring money. Last few months, the earthquake in Myanmar, my temple alone already raised near 1.5 million, and I have to spend a week in Myanmar to contribute. I have to people over there. Very, very, very hard life for Myanmar people in Mandalay. Yeah.
So much, Guruji, for coming to India, and we together celebrate Dalai Lama's 90th birthday. Thank you so much.